Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Good Monday evening, race fans. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and live coverage of the Digital Sim Racing League Kings Roadhouse Monday Night Thunder Truck Series, presented by Midwest Barbecue Equipment. New Hampshire, a series favorite. Usually go to this track at least once a season. We've seen a couple, three different winners over our seasons here. Different than normal. Heat of the day today, not a later in the afternoon type race like we usually run here. Temperatures are normally a little cooler. We're pretty hot today. Track temp is about 110 degrees. Practice time. Guys are wrapping up happy hour. They will do that in about 4 minutes, and then we'll go straight to qualifying. Once we qualify, does not matter where the top five in points qualify. They will move to single file line at the back of the field. That is where they will start 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. And that will be Brock Bigelow, Galen Gidman, Garrett Boyd, Seth Wansing, and Adam Vinny in that order. Vinny, 27-point lead over Seth Wansing, and then it is a big gap back to the next 3. But those drivers all in attendance. Hello, Jane. Hello, Connor. G Square gave you the public set, right? You can't do that. You cannot do that right there. That will not make your truck go faster, I guarantee it. A lot of these guys are getting ready here to do qualifying. In fact, some of them are on mock qualifying runs right this moment, but we'll see how it all pans out, shakes out. 16 drivers in the server at the moment. Ryan Hines is on track. He hasn't made a lap yet. He's really just rolling up the backstretch there. Good to see Ryan back in the fold. He came last week for the IRP race. These guys will come out of a tough stretch here. 3 short track races, and they will go next week to a lot bigger confines. They will go to Kentucky Speedway, and they will wrap things up the following week over at Miami. Stock Car Series will also wrap things up at Miami, but they go to Richmond tomorrow night, and then they will head for Michigan, the biggest track on their schedule for the season, the big 2-mile oval. Full slate this week for you folks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Truck racing on Monday and Wednesday. O'Reilly car racing on Tuesday, and Cup racing on Thursdays now with the fun Road to Pro Surge. So make sure that if you haven't already, like, share, and follow on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that you'll know every time we go live. Shout out to all the sponsors. Oh, man, so many. Mark and Mark for tonight's race. Philip and Justin Jersey for tomorrow night. Flewelling over at Emmett Trophy. Awesome trophy, and I have the head-to-head trophy, the League versus League trophy, in hand. I just need to figure out if I'm going to deliver it or mail it to its recipient. Oh, Scott King Designs, Raven Graphics, everybody. Everybody that helps us out on a nightly basis here at the network. Our little junior sprint driver up in Missouri, 2nd place in the feature Saturday night. And he almost got to the win. Almost got up there and got the win. And there's our friend, Mr. Mike Forstner. He's got everything for sponsors on that truck. I mean, they are all over the place on his Dodge Ram. Time never had a mother, but boy, it's got a father. And there he is. Father Time right there. Reed Rundle. The reverse immaculate conception. I don't know. I think the guy invented time. I'm not sure. He's been around so long, it's hard to tell. Reed Rundle in the 43. And there is All-Star Graphics driver Connor Drake. Well, he only got a second on his camera. Whoops. Hadn't been any Seth Wansing also in here. I didn't get a chance to put him on. We'll do it. We'll try to do it during qualifying. Let's get the boys out here as qualifying is going right now. Who's going to be first to hit the racing track? Well, it's going to be this guy right here. The 94 truck. Galen Gibbon. Brock Bigelow will be right there as well. Captain Spaulding coming out. We have asked him so many times about the girlfriend in the picture that from now on, I'm not going to talk to her during interviews if he's in the top 3. I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to ask her, so what do you think of Seth's run tonight, since you're here with us, obviously? And we'll see how he reacts. We're not talking to him no more. We're done with that. Wansing is on track. He's just rolling out down the backstretch. Watch this lap here. Brock Bigelow, 30-36. That's the mark. Ooh, little wiggle there out of the 5 truck. Mike Forstner is on track. We're going to try to get up there. Garrett Boyd, 30-22 now, your qualifier. There's Reed Rundle at 30-94. Second lap's going to be his bank lap. Brandon Mackey's been quick all week. Seth Wansing on lap number 1. Second quick, 30-31. Mackey trying to keep it out of the fence, and I don't think he touched. If he did, it would have negated the lap. Where does he go to? P2, 30-28, just barely behind. Gidman's going to bank it all on just 1 lap. We'll see where he times out coming out of turn number 4 right there. Can he best that 30-06? He does not. 30-10, Gidman second. Adam Vinny is on track now. We'll see what Mr. Vinny can do. Boyd, Gidman, Mackey, Wansing, and Bigelow, the top 5 at the moment. Oh, he did change it? I hadn't noticed. I didn't know. First lap for Vinny. Third quick, 30-15, just a tiny bit off. He's less than a tenth. We'll see if he can pick it up on lap 2. Right now, Boyd has it locked in. Gidman second, Vinny third, Mackey, and then Wansing. Scott King on track. DG Swiss up to the 10th spot, 30-46. Vinny's second lap. Was he quicker? Doesn't look like it. Looks like it was either the same time or no time. And maybe he bumped a fence somewhere. I'm not really sure. If you touch anything, times are disavowed. So 30-06. That thing isn't updating very well right now. Times are a little faster than that. Scotty King had a moment coming out of turn 2. Tiny Dancer almost tripped over his little slippers. First time by for the 18 truck. Where does he jump to? He'll go P13. Tyler Stillwell, rookie in the series, Ryan Kamba, and Michael Everett. So far, no time for those drivers. We'll see if driver 18 can pull himself a little further up. $30.54, it moves him to 12th. So qualifying kind of in the books. We're not going to see Stillwell, Campbell, or Everett, it looks like, head out for laps. Garrett Boyd will be your pole winner tonight. He'll pick up the 6 bonus points. Gidman 4, Vinny 3, Mackey 2, and Wansing a single point. So the gap will open just a little bit. It'll be 28 points when we start tonight. But the starting lineup, Garrett Boyd, Galen Gidman, Adam Vinny, all going to the back out of rows 1 and 2, and the guys in row 3 will go to the back as well. So that'll move Brandon Mackey in the 99 up to the outside. But officially, he is slated to start 4th. Garrett Boyd, the 21, Galen Gidman, the 94. Win the front row tonight. Adam Vinny in the 64, your points leader. Row 2 to the inside. The aforementioned 99 of Brandon Mackey, the outside of that row. Row 3 is the 5 of Seth Wansing and the 27 of Brock Bigelow. So 5 of the top 6 in qualifying, well, they got to go to the back. That'll move Ryan Hines in the 25 truck all the way to the pole from row number 4. Reed Rundle in the 43, outside of row number 4. Our fifth row is the 69 of Mike Forstner inside. DG Swiss in the 26 on the inside. We'll get his number changed, hopefully, for next week. 25, Captain Spaulding, Kevin Spaulding. Row number 6 inside next to Tiny Dancer. Scott King in the 18 truck. And then it's Connor Drake, the 02, Ryan Camba, the 204 in row 7, Tyler Stillwell in the 08, and Michael Everett in the 8 in our final row this evening. I do not see the 08 truck. Wonder what happened to him. Either way. A pole for the 21. But it'll be short-lived. Man, that gold truck is the only one in the top 6 that is going to stay up at the front of the field. Gibbon, Vinny, Wansing. There goes Hines going by. There's Bigelow already right there on the outside, letting the whole field go. Bigelow will be 5th. Then Gidman, then Boyd, then Wansing, then Vinny when we get them all to the back.
Back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
About 33 to 36 laps on fuel. These drivers are starting the race on the tires they qualified on. They only have one full set of tires in the pits. One set of lefts, one set of rights to make it to lap 100. We'll see many different strategies. The last time we raced here was in March, and Seth Wansing took that victory on a little bit of tire and a little bit of fuel strategy, but he was still very good all the way around all night long, and he picked up the win. We'll see, starting from the back, if he can make that happen here tonight. Does Adam Vinny win the race, pick up his deficit from 27, make it a little wider? Can Garrett Boyd, who qualified very well, go to the front? Can Galen Gidman get around Brock Bigelow and go find win number 4 on the season? Does Bigelow finally get a shot to break through? Will it be somebody else? Brandon Mackey going to win again? Competition. Can Reed Rundle finally get there? Mike Forstner. Lots of chance. A lot of blinky cars, too. But let's get ready to get up front. We're about to go green. King's Roadhouse Truck Series on Monday Night Thunder, presented by Midwest Barbecue Equipment, is under the green flag. 100 circuits around New Hampshire. Watch them all get through turns 1 and 2. Should be fairly too wide all the way around as long as nobody has major issues. When you get through the first couple laps, the tires will come to temperature. We may not get a caution. You never know. We might. I don't know who went down on the very bottom down there. That was Tyler. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. It was Tyler Stillwell. The 08 dropped all the way down. Moved himself to the back of the field. Newcomer is a rookie. I think he's just trying to figure out what he's going to and what he's not going to like. Mackey leads lap 1, then Rundle, Hines, Swiss, and Forstner. The top 5. Not the 62 this week, the 26 for DG Swiss. A lot of black and yellow in here tonight. A bunch of Hornets fighting over a hive. Mike Forstner up in lane 3. Going to take the spot away from DG Swiss right there. That's Kevin Spaulding right behind him in 6th. Now, Bigelow is the first of the back to the front to the back guys to get clear. He's up to 7th. Camba, then Gidman and Drake side by side. Boyd is right behind that, and Wansing is working that inside right behind Connor Drake. Adam Vinny to the outside. If that outside line moves, And Wansing will have, whoa, contact. Uh-oh, 02's around. This is caution.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Woo, good job, Connor Drake. We will get a quick look at this. Yeah, we got to back it up a little bit because it didn't tell us until the caution. But, yeah, he's going to get a little loose right there. Oh, Wansing gave him a little bitty tap. Not much Seth could do about it, but a good job not getting that truck completely around and up in front of traffic. So, little left front damage on that 5 truck now. So caution number 1 comes out on the lap number 3. Okay. Very good. We'll see who makes their way. Pit road. Yeah. Boyd, Wansing, they're going to top off. Guaranteed they were going to top off anyway. Watch them come down to the attention of their crew. We'll see if they can pop that left front fender out on the 5 truck. Fuel only. See if they. It shouldn't affect his handling, that left front corner like that, but they were able to get it to pop out pretty nicely. Short track racing, there's not a ton of downforce here in the left front. Not going to be that big a deal. Stillwell is in. Boyd rolled out as well. So that's Mackey and Rundle 1-2. Forstner, Hines, Swiss, Spalding, Bigelow, Gidman, Kamba, Vinny, Everett, Drake, King, Wansing, Boyd, and then Stillwell will come out of the pits back there. He'll be good to go. Ryan Campbell, you got a copy?
Go ahead, sir.
All right, man. You ain't dead yet. No fences right now. What's the plan going forward?
Keep all 4 tires on the ground.
And all the doors off the walls.
Yes, we're moving forward. Let's keep that momentum up.
All right, man. Looks like you guys are doubling up. Good luck out there.
Thank you, sir.
Put him back with his crazy group of racing buddies down there. Have some fun with it. All right. We're going to get ready to go green again on lap number 7. Long ways to go yet. Mackey chose the outside of the front row. He was on the outside to start things. He's going to get a good launch, and he'll get right to the point again. This time, Hines, not quite as good a start. Rundle had to pass him getting into 1 and 2 last time. He just is in front of him when they get there this time. Then Forstner and Swiss. 4 and 5, Kevin Spalding trying to get a good run up the outside here. That's Brock Bigelow, Galen Gibbon, Adam Vinny. Right behind that, Vinny 9th. Kamba is 10th. And you can see that battle for the 5th spot side by side. Swiss up the inside, Spalding in that 3rd lane. Colder tires before they heat up. That 3rd lane's got a little momentum in it. Swiss will take the spot. Spalding will slide into 6th. Bigelow thought about trying to make that pass on the bottom, and Spalding just had a little momentum getting into turn number 3 down there, and he wasn't able to do anything. Bigelow, that is, with the 25. Garrett Boyd is now up to 10th. He went in on the pit stop. He's coming through, and so is Seth Wansing. And now Boyd working on Kamba. Finally gets the pass completed. He was pretty quick in the practice session. He was fastest in qualifying. Went to the back via the top 5 in points. Up front, 43 truck reeling in that 99. He is right to his bumper in the middle of turn 3. Mike Forstner. Looks like he's got a little giddy up, giddy up. Up to the 3rd spot. Ryan Hines around DG Swiss as well. And Hines was 3rd. He lost a spot to Forstner there. Hines had a good run at IRP last week. Very end, things kind of went awry. That was on old tires and late in the race. So. Oh, DG Swiss, little squirrely getting out of turn 2. That truck trying to get away from him. He lost enough momentum that Spalding got to the outside, and now Bigelow's trying to get there as well. Adam Vinny was trying to put a lot of pressure on that 27 truck. Now Bigelow. In behind the 26. He's trying to get to his outside. 26 just tight on the entry right there. Drifts up into that lane where Bigelow, I think, could have a good run and get alongside. He just can't get that position and already get to that fender before the 26 washes up. Vinny down to the very bottom. Bigelow did not give him that second lane to drift up and into. And it'll cost Vinny a little bit of momentum. Now Bigelow trying to cross the 26 over right here on the exit. He needs to get the power down. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who got the power down best right there. That's a 94 Gillen Giddens from the center out. That truck closed up about 2 truck lengths on the 64, and now he's right alongside. Had to get down on the bottom to stay out of the fender. And there goes the 26. Heavy impact to the inside. Out of the way at the moment. Let's go back and take a look at that. 26 truck off the corner. And it just stepped out. Heavy impact to the inside. They stay green. Swiss is rolling with a mangled front end. Truck might overheat on him. We'll go back to the front because it's single file now. Back there from about 4th on back. Mackey is holding Rundle off. It's close, about 2.5 truck lengths. Forstner is about 0.6 of a second behind those two, and then it's a pretty good gap, about another 6-7 tenths. Back to Kevin Spalding. He's got a pretty healthy gap on Ryan Hines, but the truck on the move is Adam Vinny. He started dead last, and now he got around Bigelow, and he's 6th at the moment. Bigelow right behind, Gidman right behind, Boyd, Wansing. So the top 5 now inside, or the top 5 in points went to the back and now in the top 10. Then it's Scott King in 11th, Ryan Cambuck, Connor Drake, Tyler Stillwell, Michael Everett, and DG Swiss. Swiss getting into turn 3. The leader's just in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Hey, AJ, sorry, I didn't see that till just now. I don't know how long you've been there. My apologies. You can see the gap up front to the next 2. And now Adam Vinny's working on Ryan Hines. Spalding getting ever closer to Forstner. This is where all the action's at. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10. Vinny got clear of Hines, and it was 2 wide, 3 deep until he did. Ooh, a little contact. 27 to the 94 up the back stretches. Gidman rolling the high side. Just can't quite clear Bigelow right there. And Hines comes down and shuts the door in front of the 94 truck. Right in the middle of the corner. And I think Gidman had a thought about going to the very bottom right there. He'll clear Bigelow now, and that's going to put Wansing side by side with the 27. Momentum from the high side. There goes Gidman around Hines. A little momentum on that high line at the moment. Kevin Spaulding with a pass on Mike Forstner about 2 laps ago. And Forstner starting to slowly fade back. He's going to have Adam Vinny right there beside him. Vinny will dive right to the bottom here in turns 1 and 2. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he would try to dive it in there. Forstner fought back on the high side. Oh, truck's out of shape. That was Ryan Hines. Got a little loose in front of Wansing and company back here. Boyd, Bigelow, they all get around him. Gidman is now working his way up to the 64 and the 69. Everybody trying to catch Mackey and Rundle. Oh, shout out to Tropical Smoothie Cafe for delivering that wonderful smoothie. Man, that thing is good. Gidman alongside the 69 of Forstner right now. Gidman will take the spot move. Forstner to 6th, Gidman to 5th, Vinny is 4th, Spaulding is 3rd, Rundle is 2nd, but the gap has opened up just a little bit now. Was just about 2 truck lengths, now it's about 6. I know the 99 worked hard, a lot of practice laps. Last night in final testing, he ran the whole hour of happy hour, and I even think he did a little offline testing today. So, good for him. Showing right now. Got to start up front, and he has stayed up front. Kevin Spaulding having a great run right now. He is 3rd right now. He's about 2 seconds off the leader. About 1.8 off of 2nd. 1.7. 25 truck rolling pretty good. Vinny's got a mirror full of Gidman, and we've talked about it many times. Those two have battled very tough for the last couple of seasons. Go a little further back. Forstner in 6th, and then Bigelow slowly catching him. He's getting bigger in the mirror. Now he's going to get huge. He's going to get right alongside. That was a big dive into turn 1 from the 27 truck. Got the 21 of Boyd right behind that. Oh, Forstner loose out of 2, and he's going to have to give both spots away. There's Seth Wansing. Wansing currently 9th. About 6.5 seconds off the lead. He went in with a little bit of left front damage on the caution on lap 3. Got it all pulled out. Got a little extra fuel, so he's going to be able to go a little bit further than some of these guys. Garrett Boyd will be one that can do that as well. Scotty King in 10th place right now. Got around Ryan Hines a moment ago. That puts Ryan Hines 11th and Ryan Kamba in 12th. Tyler Stillwell, Connor Drake, Michael Everett, DG Swiss just went a lap down. He's praying for a caution, or that we have to go get fuel here pretty quick, and maybe they'll pop that nose out on that 26 truck. Kevin Spaulding having a great run here at New Hampshire. Galen Gidman to the outside of Adam Vinny here. We'll see what this brings. That outside has had a little bit of an advantage. I don't know on these older tires how it's going to be. But Gidman was saying that he could get his power down really good on the exits of the corner. He is going to stay. Oh, a little wiggle out of the 64. That's going to put Gidman to the inside down here in turns 3 and 4. And a slide job from the 94. Can he hold on to it, though, because the crossover for Vinny going to put Adam Vinny right alongside. They're going to catch DG Swiss. That is a rough spot to catch somebody right at turn entry. Gidman able to get by Swiss, get the power down. He's got Vinny pinned on the bottom, and he'll run away here down the backstretch. Right there. That was the difference. The 94 truck was able to rotate, point, and get the throttle down. And now he'll take 4th place away from Adam Vinny. Brandon Maggie's still one of the fastest trucks on the racetrack. The leader in clean air. Only truck close to him right there, the 94. And they're running the same lap times. Making the pass. Gidman ran the same lap time that Mackey ran last lap. This time he was quicker. Brock Bigelow was quicker than your leader. 2 fastest trucks right there. Gidman and Bigelow. Trucks on pit road. Connor Drake headed in on lap number 35. Got a little right front damage on the 02 truck. Watch him go down here and get his service. He has hit the wall a ton. Hey! All right. We'll get that mowing done. And then it's time to crack a cold one. Mr. Wansing. Mark Wansing in chat with us, guys. All right. Leaders come by. Reed Rundle just dove off and went to pit road. He's about to hit his pit stall. So out of 2nd place. Here comes your leader. That's going to put Kevin Spaulding at the point. He'll lead this lap. Galen Gibbon right behind. Adam Vinny right behind. Brock Bigelow right behind. Garrett Boyd. Now into the top 5. Seth Wansing is 6th. And Wansing is just wadded up in traffic. He's behind DG Swiss. He's got Forstner on the outside. It's a battle for position. He's trying to use the 26 as a pick. And I think he got to stay there just long enough to get it done. He's got damage on the right rear now. I can't tell if he's got some other. He may have caught some Finch coming off a corner a little bit ago. So everybody kind of heading in. Gidman's in. Spaulding was in the lead. He came in. There's Adam Vinny. There goes Michael Everett rolling out. There comes Forstner. Here comes Ryan Hines. Bigelow is in. Left sides went on the 64. Saw it come down off the jack. Garrett Boyd, your leader. Remember, he's got 3 or 4 extra laps of fuel. He and Seth Wansing both. They'll be the last 2 to pit. Boyd not showing signs of pitting as he goes around the 0-2. Little contact as he went around the outside. Wansing going to stay out with him. They should come in, I'm going to say, in the next 1 to 2 laps. If they don't come in this time, they definitely are going to have to come in next time. You can see the right front, right rear on that 5 truck. A little creased in. Hadn't affected the spoiler on the right rear. Splitter on the right front is up in the air just a little. Probably not sealing that truck off as good as he'd like through the corners. And that may be why his lap times are suffering just a little bit at this time. Scotty King, Tiny Dancer out of 3rd place. Heads for pit road. I feel like Boyd has to come this lap. It's Mackey and Gidman, then Arundel, then Vinny. Spalding, Bigelow, Forstner. Not that time. Seth Wansing, not that time. Man, they got to come in. They don't have that many more laps than everybody. There's who will reassume the lead once Boyd and Wansing head for pit road. Brandon Mackey and Galen Gidman just a little behind him. Reed Rundle just barely behind that. And about the same distance your top 4 right now. Maybe even your top 5. Because Bigelow is working his way past Spalding. It's taking him a minute, but he's trying to get there. Boyd on pit road. So Wansing leading a lap. Definitely wanted the bonus point, I'm sure. Fuel only for the 21. Going to save his tires for the next run. Seth Wansing around, and he comes in. A lot of damage on the right side of that 5 truck. So he put it in the fence pretty good at some point. And he'll go to the attention of his crew. Little slow getting into the box. I think he's doing fuel only here. Yeah, fuel, and he's rolling back out. So Mackey picks up the lead. Gidman is right behind him. That's about 6-7 truck lengths right there. It's a half second on a stopwatch. Rundle into 3rd, and Vinny now is starting to close in on him. And then Bigelow, Spalding, Boyd 7th. Went in a lead, came out 7th place. About 7.5 seconds off the lead. Then Forstner and Wansing, and they're close. Forstner was way up the hill. I think he had to throw out some trash over the fence out of that passenger window. That's why he went way up there. Probably had a drink cup or a hot dog wrapper or something he needed to get rid of. He is running that 69 truck super wide. He's up there in that 4th and 3rd lanes. Man. Wansing back here, 9th. About 12 seconds off the lead. And then Scott King is right behind him. Ryan Hines, Tyler Stillwell, Ryan Camba. And Camba is the last of your lead lap trucks. Then Everett, Drake, and Swiss. All 3 a lap down. Camba is here. Gidman now past Mackey. Last lap, let's go watch that pass. Looks like Mackey a little loose out of 2. Gidman gets to the inside and no fight. That's annoying. So Galen Gidman out front. He's one of the 5 that went to the back. Then Mackey, then Vinny, then Bigelow got around. Reed Rundle just now. Kevin Spaulding, Garrett Boyd, Mike Forster, Seth Wansing. So where's Camba? He's here. And Edmund's about 2 turns behind him, so it's a ways yet. It's a good 5 seconds. And I think Mackey may have saved his tires for the final run. He's just going to try to hang on. I know Gidman was on too, and so was Vinny. Brock Bigelow, top 4 right now. Oh, Father Time, Reed Rundle. Up in the top 2 for a while, and I think he's on a tire strategy of no tires, and then he'll get 4 for his final run. We're going to see these guys start swapping. You'll have comers and goers the rest of the night. We're 51 laps in. We had a caution on lap number 3. We have not seen the yellow laundry since. There is your 12th place driver. Or 13th, I'm sorry. 13th place driver, arriving Ryan Camba. And he is just about a straightaway ahead of Galen Gidman. Gidman has 2.5 seconds on Vinny, who just now we came to see the pass get completed on the 99. The strategies going to make these guys move forward, move backwards, move all around. And that's 2 tires versus no tires. And I think Bigelow is probably on 2 tires. Garrett Boyd, 7th place. During the pit cycle, he led for about 3 or 4 laps. Then Seth Wansing picked up 1. Oh, tiny, tiny dancer. Way wide in turn 4. He tiptoeing through the tulips way out there by the fence. Go back to your leader. 2.6, almost 2.7 seconds ahead of Adam Vinny right now. Brandon Mackey about to be overtaken by his teammate, Brock Bigelow. Bigelow right up to the bumper. Right around, and then Mackey tried to return the favor. He got right up under, tried to pack a little air under that spoiler. Bigelow drives away from him, so put him 3rd. Kevin Spaulding is having a very good night. Ran in the top 3 for the longest time. Then about the last quarter of that long green flag run before pit stops, he started to fall back, and he fell back to about this spot right here, about 6th place before pit stops. And now he is right back where he was. Then Mike Forster having a pretty good night. All 4 fenders still straight. He's going to have company in the form of the 21 of Garrett Boyd. Boyd, no tires so far. He's run 57 laps on the same set. Going to have to go in sometime, I'm going to say around lap 70. When he does, he'll take 4, and he's going to try to make all that time up on those fresher tires against all these drivers in front of him. Mackey might be the only one that has a full set in the pit still. I think Seth Wansing has a set as well. Seth is struggling with a damaged truck, and he is just off the pace. Not the same as he was back in March, a mere 4 months ago, where he was the guy that was right here, Galen Gidman. As Gidman gets around Camba. So Camba now, the first truck a lap down in 13th, and Stillwell not very far in front here. Let's go look. He's getting into turn 1, and Gidman was coming out of turn 3. Or turn 4, I'm sorry. Adam Vinny still second. It's 2.6 seconds, and it's kind of been stationary at that 2.6 since he got around Mackey. That was Connor Drake moving to the inside. I think he's going to give way to the 27 here. Oh, I hope so. Bigelow will ease around him. Bigelow is reeling in Adam Vinny. We are just a few laps from pit cycle starting again. Maybe 10 to 12 laps before we go through pit cycle again. Gidman got out front. He's got clean air, and he's starting to open it up even more now. He's out to 2.9 seconds over Vinny. I'll tell you what, Brock Bigelow, though, very steadily inching in, closing the gap on the 64. Lap times have been anywhere from 800ths to a tenth and a half faster than the 64 for the last 3, 4, 5 laps. So he's not making huge visible strides on the camera, but he's getting there. I got to wonder if Reed Rundle is on a zero tire strategy as well. I thought I saw the left side of that truck go up, but I can't say for sure. There goes Connor Drake to pit road. We know that the 21 is no tires on his first stop. We also know that Seth Wansing is no tires on his stop. They're just going to try to make all that time up. And I think Gidman took left side tires. But I know he told me that he was having wonderful tire wear in the practice, in the happy hour practice. Did about a half a fuel run and still had most of that tire left. There goes Stillwell on the pit road in the 08 truck. Rookie here tonight, running his first race at DSRL. Going to see him, I think, tomorrow night in the Stock Car Series as well. So he'll go to the attention of his crew. There goes Reed Rundle going by. Here comes Kevin Spaulding. And Spaulding's still in the top 6, and he is just kind of holding station. And now you can see the gap between second and third is starting to creep back out just a little bit late in this run. And that could be that the lap truck is giving the 27 a fit.
All right, man.
Caution! Oh, no. Driver coming out of the pits. And I'll tell you what he wasn't probably ready for. He wasn't probably ready for that extra fuel and a set of tires that were either super cold or... Oh, no. Oh, my. Yeah. Yeah, he got into the 8, and then the 25 got into him. Got in there bumpity bump, and he started a chain reaction. Just now getting going again. And something wrong with Rnd10's truck. I think he had damage on the right front, like broken suspension right there. So that'll change everything. And now everybody will go in and get whatever they've got for tires, fill her up with fuel, and now you got what you got. I'm going to tell you who has big advantages, the guys that had 4 tires still in the pits. I don't know if it was this guy. All right, sorry about that. Was reading the note from race control. So 94 up and down. Where is he? Man, every time I want to find him, I can't find him. A lot of trucks will get the 21 off of pit road. Everybody that had 2 definitely going to beat the 21 out. Now the 5 truck of Seth Wansing, I think he's trying to see if they'll fix some of that damage. See if we can get down here a little closer. I don't know. That's pretty hefty damage there. Since they're coming out of 3 and 4, he is not going to be able to sit there and wait. Did a pretty good job of getting that fender pulled out, but that splitter is still up in the air on that right front on the 5 truck. Cosmetically, the fender and everything looks pretty good. But with that right front splitter being up in the air, that's going to let a lot of air get under that truck. That'll make him just a little on the snug side after a few laps. We're doubling them up, getting them ready to go. Gidman and Vinny on the front row. Teammates in row 2. Bigelow inside, Mackey outside, and then Spalding and Rundle in row number 3. King and Boyd and Forstner and Hines. And then everyone else will be joining up. Connor Drake. 2 spin rule or 2 caution rule. And he will
Green.
be done for the evening. He'll be our first retiree. DG Swiss, 2 laps. Michael Everett and Michael Hines each a lap down. Swiss 2 laps down. So, good. So, we're going to have contact. We're going to have contact. Are we going to get a caution? We may or may not.
All right, man.
Caution. That started. That started before. And it started more way up here. We're going to rewind this real quick. Cautions breed cautions. You get the guys close together. There's that tiniest of taps right there. Then Mackey pushes them the rest of the way in, and Mackey ends up getting spun out. We'll watch Mackey. I think he gets a little help from the 43, and nothing that anybody can really do. Yeah, right there. So things will get slowed down. Everybody definitely can make it now. We're on lap 71 here, and the fuel window. Everyone is in that fuel window. Gidman, Rundle, Boyd, Spalding, King, Wansing 6, Stillwell, Camba, Bigelow, Forstner. Vinny's in the pits. Let's go see, try to get a look here. Right side pretty tore up, but I still think that truck is going to be okay. His tire situation is what is going to be troubling. Front end is good. Splitter's not bent. Spoiler's not bent. It's just right side damage behind the front tire and in front of the rear tire. So I think he's okay. Let's see about Brandon Mackey. Little right front damage as the splitter is up in the air. You can see it right there. Now they push it down, push the fender down. That is going to help him a ton. And then Bigelow rolled out. His truck looks like it is fine. He doesn't have any real damage. So double him up. We'll get another restart as we end our third caution period. We didn't have any for the longest time. We went from lap 3 to about lap 65 with no cautions. And then 65 to 70, we've had 2. Well, have one from me too, will you? Mr. Mark Wansing took him a pit stop from mowing grass so that he could have the cold one that I suggested. All right, ready for the restart. Lap number 73. There will be 27 laps remaining. Side by side, Gidman and Rundle. Gidman, good launch. Oh, Boyd got a good launch as well. He saw that 94 truck twitch, and he went with him. And now he'll be right alongside Reed Rundle. They're going to battle side by side. I'll tell you who has the best of this right now. The 21. Garrett Boyd. He's got the best of all of this, I think, because he's got 4 tires.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
I could try. No guarantees. I'll tell you what. We got one at the back. King in. Nobody really hit anything. They just touched and kind of looped them out. Let's go watch again. So that'll shake things just a little bit. It's going to give us a little different restart. So it's going to be Gidman and Rundle. And then it's going to be Boyd and Spalding, Wansing and Kamba. As Kamba got a waiver round on the last caution, now up to 6th place. That quickly, your fortunes can change. So caution number 4. And there goes Michael Everett getting his lap back. He's going to be back on the lead lap. Bigelow and King on pit road along with DG Swiss, Ryan Hines. Swiss probably still trying to get some damage to the front fixed. And it's all in the left and the middle. So he lost that truck coming out of turn 2 early. Creamed the inside fence, but got it righted and still was able to continue on. I'll tell you who's got a lot of damage. That's Mr. Ryan Hines. And I'm pretty sure the reason why he went into turn 1 after he had contact with the O2 was because his right front suspension was absolutely destroyed. That tire is leaning really far, a lot farther than it should, it looks like, and it's towed out, which means the front corner of that tire, outside of that tire, is pointed a lot further outside the truck than it should. They're going to double up. They're going to get ready to go back to it. Another restart. Late in this one, getting a little sloppy. A little bit of yellow fever. Actually, if you left, it won't spool. I don't know what you're looking for out of it. Maybe you can get it off of the broadcast here, Connor. We save them, but they're very, very, very large files. I'll see what I can do about a Dropbox upload. All right, still have 14 of our original 16. DG Swiss, the only truck not on the lead lap, but he did get a lap back. So he's only 1 lap down now.
Green, green, green.
Into the start zone. Boyd and Gidman. Wow, what a launch. And Boyd is going to get clear of Rundle this time. Rundle's going to drive it all the way back into the middle of the corner alongside. Couldn't get it alongside. He'll come out third. Spalding is now fourth, but Wansing's all over him. You don't like the chrome hoops, huh? I get it. Wansing had 4 fresh tires. I think he and Boyd might have been the only 2. And he needs to make good use of them here. 22 laps to go, and he's battling for 4th, but he has got his hands full at the moment. I'm looking at Adam Vinny. Adam Vinny's weaving in and out around Bigelow and company. Camba's right there. Ryan Camba. Oh, my goodness, what a dive into the corner for the 64 truck. Oh, Mike Forstner loose out of turn 2. That'll make everybody take evasive action. Camba down on the bottom. He's going to slide out. Can he save it? Looks like he's going to get to save it. No caution forthcoming. Boyd to the point. Rundle, then Gidman. Then it's Spalding and Wansing. Mackey is right behind. 18 truck out of shape at the back of the field. Mackey right up to the bumper of the 5. Any closer and there would have been contact. That's 5th and 6th place. Garrett Boyd out front here at New Hampshire. Reed Rundle is second. Galen Gidman back to third. I think maybe Rundle might have had 4 freshies in the pits waiting for that final pit stop as well. There goes Mackey around Wansing. That's going to put Wansing 6th, Vinny 7. Those 2 are battling in the points. Garrett Boyd, meanwhile, half a second in front of Reed Rundle. Lap's starting to really tick off. Mackey's going to take a look, try to get to the inside corner on Gidman. This may happen right here getting into turn 3. Side by side, and Gidman just a little snug on that exit. Almost got it into the wall. Mackey will take the spot away. That puts Wansing right behind Gidman in 6th. Vinny's a little ways back in 7th. Then Brock Bigelow is just a little behind Vinny. You're seeing the fresh tires up front make the difference in what could be the win here tonight. Boyd and Rundle clear of the field by over a second. It's 1.2 seconds back to Kevin Spalding. Brandon Mackey just a little too far back in the running order on fresher tires. I think he had 4 as well. Can't say for sure, and if we get to talk to him, we can ask him. But he lost a lot of space on that middle run there. There's Wansing. Here comes Vinny and Bigelow. That's 7-8. There's Scott King in 9th and Mike Forstner with a top 10 run here this evening. Tyler Stillwell, Michael Everett, Ryan Camba. And Camba, I think, has no tires. And there's DG Swiss a lap down, but right there around Michael Everett. And Everett running in 12th. Gap starting to open up. That time Rundle bumped the fence, and it went from a quarter second to almost a half second. As Rundle had closed that gap up just a tiny bit. Well, Connor, your caution brought everybody together, and cautions breed cautions. So you can look at it a bunch of ways. Brandon Maggie with a dive to the inside on Kevin Spaulding. Spaulding has that outside line, and he's able to get the power down pretty good. I know Mackey's going to go right back at him in turn one, though. He'll dive to the inside and try to run it deep down in the corner and slide across the nose of the 25. He might get it done. Spaulding couldn't do anything with it. He had to run just a little wider there. Here comes Brock Bigelow working on Adam Vinny. Through the center. Can he get the power down off the exit? Man, they're going to stay side by side. What a run right here. 7th and 8th place, and they're racing like they're racing for the win. They're going to connect doors through 1 and 2. Bigelow just can't get clear of Adam Vinny. Vinny got a good run through the middle of 3 and 4 on the outside, but the truck got tight and he couldn't get the power down. Now the tiniest little bit of contact there. That may be what lets Vinny get ahead here in 1 and 2. Can he get the power down out of turn number 2 and put Bigelow behind the tailgate? Yes, he can. We're down to 9 laps to go up front. Mackey to third around Spaulding. Boyd's out front by a half second. It's been almost a half second for a few laps now. We're watching this battle right here, 4th and 5th. Spaulding and Gidman, they're pretty equal right now. Seth Wansing is 6th. Vinny's still 7th. But I don't think Bigelow's quite done with him yet. Trying to cool the tires a little bit. Set up and try to make one more run. Not going to materialize right there. Out front. Boyd. Rundle got around Camba. Camba on super old tires. Mackey's clear of Spaulding, and Spaulding's opened up a couple of more truck links on Gidman. Gidman keeps trying to run it deep into the low side of the corner. He'll close the gap a little. And if Spaulding goes wide here, it may be enough of an opening for Gidman to get alongside with that lap truck. Spaulding had to really check down. That's what's going to do it. Gidman goes by. Now Wansing is going to be right in that mix. Let's go back. 6 laps will be the wave lap this time by Vinny. Under fire from Bigelow once again. Bigelow can get to the door. He just can't get clear on the exit. Can he stay clear on the exit of 4? This time Bigelow gets it done, and that might open the door for Scott King to come by. King just couldn't get the truck up off the corner. Got in a little hot there, had to really get on the binders and slow the 18 truck down. Up front, wave lap, 5 to go. It's a second now from Boyd to Rundle as we come to 4 to go. There goes Mackey. Here comes Gidman, Spaulding, and Wansing. That'll be a battle for 5th if Wansing can get there and get alongside the 25. He'll have a hard time getting clear of him, but Spalding has quit running the outside line now. And he is now following Galen Gidman through the corners. This time got in a couple of lanes up. Bigelow got clear of Vinny, and he is driving away. Scott King putting pressure on the 64 now. This time Boyd through 3 and 4, 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks from the starter stand. 2 to go. Rundle still in second. Clearly into second. He's 1.7 seconds ahead of Mackey. Let's go see if Wansing is any closer. I'll tell you what, Spalding is getting back to the bumper of the 94 truck. That could make things interesting. White flag this time coming out of turn number 4. Boyd got to it, so no matter what happens next, it'll end the race, and this time for the spot, that is the 5 driving as far into turns 1 and 2 as he dare. He wants to get alongside, try to use that 8 truck as a pick, and he just lost the rear end. That might be the nail in the coffin. Garrett Boyd will get through 3 and 4. Checkered flag. He's going to victory lane again, DSRL competition. He'll win at New Hampshire. Rundle second. Mackey will come home third. Then it's Gidman and Spalding. Wansing, Bigelow, Vinny, King, Forstner with a 10th place finish. Stillwell in 11th. He'll be the last truck on the lead lap. Then Michael Everett, Ryan Kamba, DG Swiss, Ryan Hines, and Connor Drake. Start getting ready to talk to our top 3. They'll pull them around on the front stretch and park them nice and neat for us. We'll wait for them to get them parked all pretty and kind of square at least. That looks good. Now let's start getting them in here to talk to them. Putting drivers in holes they don't need to be in. All right. Brandon Mackey, got a copy.
I got you, Roger. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. It's looking like all those laps, all that practice paid off. A 3rd place here, and you led the opening stint of this thing.
Yeah, I was feeling pretty good. You know, got a tip from a pretty good racer himself to stick to that first dotted white line there, and I was just trying to keep hitting the same tire tracks every lap, and I did a really good job saving my tires on that first run, and I was able to stick with them there coming before that last caution with about 40 to go, and I was kind of hoping it was going to run green. I had 4 fresh in the pits to try and catch them, but we were able to get back up here and make it a 3rd even after the spin late there with the little canoodle that happened off 2.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what did you see there? Because it looked like everybody was kind of getting single file and everybody was just trying to feel out that restart, and then all of a sudden chaos in the windshield. What was going on?
I mean, like I said, got to that line, and I got to my throttle point, and I started picking it up, and my distance to him was good, and I don't know if, you know, somebody could have drifted up, drifted down. I couldn't really, it was hard to tell with the offset I had where I was lower than everybody exiting the corner, so I could really only see Brock's bumper, but he had to lift, and I ended up getting into him, and just kind of a chain reaction after there. Was no chance for me to get to the brakes quick enough to avoid from running him over.
Yeah, it looked like you didn't hit anything, a little tap on the fender of the 43 as he rolled by, but you didn't hit anything else, so no damage when you went in the pits?
I had about 30 seconds. I'm not sure. It was on the front left, so I wasn't sure what it was. They did shut my motor off to get it fixed, so maybe a little power issue or something, but ran good at the end after we got back out there and was able to dice my way through. I just needed a little more time. I was starting to catch those guys a little bit once the run got going, but finished where we end up, and we'll take a podium. It was a good race, a lot of fun, and good to be out front for a while.
Well, I don't know who told you to stay in that second lane, but whoever was, that's a smart guy. He knows what he's talking about. I got to ask you first, though, who'd you have under the truck tonight?
Oh, classic DNF power. We got our own engine shop back there getting us going, and then we got the league setup that you helped me with last night, Roger. We were running that, and really paid benefits to show up last night and make some adjustments to it to get the truck to turn the way I wanted it, and I was able to, like I said, work it to a third place finish. It was a lot of fun out there tonight.
All right, man, shout outs and thank yous before we let you go celebrate.
Well, first and foremost, everybody out there watching, want to thank you guys for tuning in. My parents, my girlfriend that watch me every week, I appreciate them watching me do something like this. And all of our sponsors that make this possible: King's Roadhouse, Midwest Barbecue Equipment, Fitz Automotive Services, Edmund Trophy and Awards, Scott King Designs, the Digital Sim Sports Network and Dirt Racing Network, for you putting on a great broadcast, and all the admins here that make this league go around. It's been a fun season, and we'll see if we can keep trying to work our way up the top of the points there and see if we can get in the mix.
All right, man, congrats on the run. Thanks for chatting with us. I will see you on Wednesday night.
Sounds good, Roger. You guys have a good night.
Brennan Mackey third tonight. And now, I said it at the beginning of the show, time does not have a mother, but it does have a father. And he tonight brought it home second place at New Hampshire, about a second and a quarter off the lead, but he battled hard all night long and he kept it up front. Reed Rundle, a great run tonight. Kind of strange in the middle, though.
Yeah, I mean, a little different strategies. I was talking with Garrett, both him and I took 4 at the end. We didn't take tires on that first stop, so that's probably where we fell back a little bit. But, great run with Brandon early. For some reason, I could get the corner in and it start to rotate, and as I'd get on the throttle, of course, at this track, it's either loose or push, and I just couldn't get it to hit right, and I just couldn't get the drive off. So, and then I knew Garrett's birthday was today, so I let him win.
Well, you've been around long enough. You know when everybody's birthday is, I'm sure. So having him committed to memory, though, wow, that's awesome, dude.
No, I saw it on Facebook. And to be honest with you, if you think I let him win just because it's his birthday, you and I need to have a talk, because my old man would never let me win. So, that don't happen.
Well, if you let him win just because it's your birthday, my birthday is every other week, and I'm going to come back and race with you guys, okay? Just because.
That ain't happening, brother. That ain't happening.
Well, tell me about it. You said the truck was a little bit off, but the track looked like it went through a lot of changes. It looked like you guys put a ton of rubber down in that second groove, and people were having to move up another groove to try to find a little bit of clean racetrack, maybe a little green racetrack, and try to get some bite off the corner.
Yeah, and that's exactly it, too, the way the groove moved. It was funny because Galen asked if you could take the middle on that last restart, and that's exactly why, because down low, you're kind of stuck there. I think he knew we had fresher tires too, so when you have that happen, it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You got to do whatever you can to try and make it happen, and it just, that's the way it goes. But yeah, the track was a little strange, and like I said, I was not getting any drive off. I'll take a top 5 anytime in this group, but yeah, we're good. I'm happy with it.
Well, real quickly, there was chaos on, I think, the second restart late in this one, about lap 72-ish, 73-ish. Kind of all happened off to your left, and then all of a sudden 99 truck kind of moved up. You guys touched. You didn't get any damage out of that, I assume.
No, and I think you're talking about when Brock and Adam and everything got into it coming off the corner. I mean, I just had to try and give room without pinching anybody and stuff like that, and I just got a piece of one of the trucks coming up, so we might have had a little bit of left-hand damage, or left side damage, but I really don't. That had nothing to do with the outcome. The race was what it was, and we raced hard and did what we could.
Well, an awesome job, man. A second place finish. Shout outs, thank yous, and I'll let you go celebrate. I know it's past your bedtime.
Yeah, absolutely. King's Roadhouse, thanks to them for sponsoring the series. Of course, Associates Midwest Barbecue Equipment, Fritz Automotive Design Services, Edmund Trophy and Awards, Scott King Designs, Digital Sim Sports Network. Of course, you guys at the Dirt Racing Network, who I've known, I'm Father Time. You must be like my nephew or whatever, because you're right there too. And then of course, the admin team, we'll thank them too for putting this stuff on. I know what this is all about and doing it, so thanks to them. Shout out to my old man down in Florida. Shout out to my wife for letting me have a little fun, and of course, I'll throw a few of the sponsors out. I won't mention anything about pizza, but 5 Star Bodies, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Wabam, Drink Responsibly, and the usual suspects with DRE and a couple other ones.
All right, yeah, I'm like that long-lost illegitimate brother. That's what I am.
Yeah, well, illegitimate for sure, but that's a different story.
A different story. Appreciate your time, man. Thanks for chatting with me. Hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday night, sir.
You will. Have a good one, man.
Reader Rundle, Father Time, finishes second here tonight at New Hampshire. And now I wasn't sure he was quickest in qualifying, and that don't always equate to a win with this driver, because a lot of times quickest in qualifying, and then somehow we find a fence or another car or, a hottie in the infield. I don't know what happens, but Garrett Boyd does not usually get it done from the pole tonight. He gets it done from the pole. He goes to the back, and he only leads on the exchange of pit stops and that last, 20, 25 laps. And the 4 tires, I think, was all the difference in the world. Awesome strategy.
Yeah, it's I normally don't try to play too much strategy games because they normally get ruined. So I just decided to hold on to the tires because I figured we'd have a late race caution or something that would happen, and I'd be able to have fresher tires than everybody, and it worked out. And then we got really lucky with that wreck in front of us, and staying heads up and, driving further than the hood pins.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, you guys are on that restart, you're coming through the corner, all of a sudden smoke and car sideways, and you seem to get through it without a scratch.
Yeah, it's not hard to hit the brake and kind of and see where the hole is going to develop, basically to where you need to go. And most of the time here, you kind of go to the wall, but luckily the seas parted and I was able to squeeze through there without any damage or anything.
Well, I got to ask, too. I asked Brock, what did you have under the truck tonight?
That would be the one of your setups. I couldn't get comfortable with any of the Makoni stuff.
All right. I wanted to check because I know a lot of guys had taken on to the one that was publicly shared there and done very, very well with it. And the guys that showed up to the late practice last night got some extra tips and tweaks on that setup. And one of them finished in third. And I knew you guys in the RPM camp had just some other tweaks into it. And I wondered if you stayed with that or if you ran something of your own volition. So, man, you got to tell the folks, right? I mean, the setups that get provided win these races a lot of times.
Yeah, and I mean, it all comes down to really if you can drive the setup and getting them to your driving style and knowing what you need to change. So, but majority of the time, you can run one of these setups and not have any issues and easily run in the top 5.
Well, you start at the back. You worked your way up inside about the top 6, 7 trucks, and then the first round of pit stops, you chose not to take tires, and that's got to be a tough choice, not just because you hope for a late caution or something. You know you're going to spend extra time in the pits on your last pit stop, even if it's under green, but losing all of the time and losing just steadily positions to guys on 2 tires left, 2 tires right. At what point in your head do you go, damn, did I make the right decision?
Yeah, the first car that goes by, you're like, did we really make the right call? So, and then another one goes by, and then you're like, oh shit, I don't know what we're gonna do now. So, the setup was really easy to run, within a 10th lap after lap. So, I mean, that props to the setup that you guys built and spent the time to be able to do that. So. I just tried to stay focused and not try to keep up with them. That's normally my issue is when the guys go by with fresher tires. I try to tag along and end up running my already used up tires up some more.
Well, an awesome job tonight, man. You go into victory lane. Give me some shout outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate.
Big shout out to King's Roadhouse and Midwest Barbecue for sponsoring this deal. Roger for putting up with all of us and setting these servers up, and then Larry, Larry comes around when he comes around, Mike, and then and Scott for doing the admin work, and then all the other series sponsors that help us on the other nights. Maconi for on the truck for me. It's normally what we run, but with the track temperature changes and different horsepower that we run in this league, it's a little different. Got to make some adjustments. And then Quality One, iRacing Hill Climb Community, girlfriend for putting up with me for doing this 2 hours a night most nights, and I think that's it.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow night at Richmond in the B car.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Gary Boyd picking up the win here tonight at New Hampshire. Not his first win in competition at DSRL, but his first here. And picked a heck of a time to do it. Late in the season. He's in the top 5 in points. Maybe a little momentum. And he's going to do his drifting thing, folks. He does this every night at the end of practice. Well, he didn't do a good job there, but he'll drift that truck all the way around. And he's pretty good at it, actually. It's not good for racing, but it's pretty fun to watch. So, man, I'll tell you what. Interesting race. We got a little bit of yellow fever there after about lap 70. It kind of panned out about 5-6 laps later, and we got a good run to the end. And 4 tires, 1, 2, and 3. So the late caution, the fresh tires, paid off for all these guys. Your points battle is going to tighten up just a tiny bit. I'm going to say instead of 27 next week, going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 18 to 20 when we go back for round number 11. And we'll see. It's getting tighter as the weeks go by. 64 truck, losing ground to the 5 truck on a weekly basis. So we'll see. Vinny can right the ship, get things, and be the back-to-back champion. Tomorrow night, about 9 o'clock, a little before 10 till Eastern, we will go live for the True Southern Florida Living Stock Car Series presented by Beef O'Brady's. They will be at Richmond, and they will be under the sun, not under the lights at Richmond, which is usually traditional to be under the lights. We're going to be under the sun. That track was hot and slick in practice, and we'll see how the guys do with it. But be sure you tune in for that. And then Wednesday night, Midwest Truck Series back in action, round number 4 for them. And on Thursday night, the FUN Road to Pro Cup Series. They go to Indianapolis for the Brickyard. So make sure that you tune in. That is a 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern start on Thursday nights. So make sure you tune in for that. Say hi in the chat. I want to thank you guys for being here. Without you, there's no reason to do this. With all the awesome leagues giving us fantastic racing like we see each and every night on this channel, there's nothing to cover, so high five and a pat on the back all the way around. Till we see you the next time, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down at all times and come back and see us as soon as you can. Good night, everyone.